Welcome to K&D's Homestead. I'm Donna. It's a new day, and in the past, on a very recent video, I've been working on this mess back here, trying to clear for my back garden. I actually did a separate video this morning where we were cutting out some webworms out of our pecan trees, and I decided to cut that and make that a separate video, but it is the same day, and I'm back out here to start a new day in this back garden. Now, just a quick recap. This is a section of my back garden that's been left unattended all summer practically, and I started over here. I got this box cleaned out. This one is kind of sort of cleaned, and then there's another one back there. What I'm doing is cleaning up the mess, and I'm going to be tearing these boxes down and hauling the wood to my burn pile, and I'll be saving the soil to put in my future boxes. I do have 2 new boxes to put up for now. They will be the metal raised beds, which I have a link below in the description for anybody that wants to take a look at those beds. I have one installed. That's what my paprikas and pimentos are in. I got that one installed. I knew that this was going to be a multi-day venture to get this cleaned up. So the first day is on a previous video. I think it's 2 videos back, and I'm just going to break them up as I get things done, and I'll see how far I get each day that I work on it. Before I get started though, there are a few things I need to do out here. I've got some peppers I need to harvest, and I want to get some things watered, and then I'll get started on all of these weeds. I have something I want to show you. My angel trumpet that's behind me. I really thought that this thing was over and done with because of how late it is in the season, and the fact that all summer it'll put out leaves and then it drops all the leaves. And now I've had this for about 3 years and I've never seen it bloom. Well, it's finally blooming. Scarce as the leaves are, it's starting to bloom, and it is the prettiest color. It's a peachy color. Look at that. Is that not a gorgeous color? This is the first time in 3 years I've seen it bloom. Now, there's not many leaves on it. I mean, it'll put off leaves and then they turn yellow and drop. And then there's 2 blooms here. There's a bloom here, and I honestly thought that this was going to be yellow because this is yellow in its early stage. But man, that is so pretty. Look at that. Well, anyways, I wanted to show y'all that. Y'all want to see something else? I've told you about it in a recent video. I've told you how bad I trash up my tool wagon. Watch this. Look at that mess. I've just been taking things out and throwing them back in. It's time to clean it again. I cannot keep it organized. I work out of it, and when the day is over, I just throw it back in. It's a mess. Actually, I'm changing my mind. Before I start working on that back there, I'm going to set me up another canopy using cattle panels and T-post. My husband would say I saw a squirrel, but it's so hot out here, and I have for a while been wanting another shelter, a shade spot. And I want this one to cover or give some shade to my picnic table. And maybe even it'll give a little tiny bit of shade to my peppers. But I'm going to build that first before I start back here. And that might be the only thing I get accomplished today, and that has to be another day. But I'm going to start setting up my T-post. I used my little handheld torch to cut holes in the fabric. I measured out the distance that I wanted this span to be. It's going to be 2 cattle panels tied together, and I'm spreading it out kind of wide. I hope that I can get those things tied to the T-post and they not pop, because when you spread them out and put a lot of tension on them, sometimes the T-post, the zip ties won't hold. But that's what I'm going to try. So I've already done the cutting, and I've already started hammering one T-post in the ground. Now if I fall and bust my behind, I'm going to leave it in the video and y'all don't laugh. I don't want to go drag out a ladder, so I'm using a plastic chair. I know it's the dumbest thing in the world, but the chair is here, the ladder is not, so that's what I'm going to use. Okay, what I've gotten done so far are 6 T-posts, and I managed to get the cattle panels inside the T-post. I didn't get any of that on video because I'm filming on my phone and it overheated and it shut down. But the only thing I've gotten done so far is just placing those cattle panels. And let me tell you, they put a whooping on me. They put a whooping on me. I didn't go ask for help from my husband because he is working on installing our mailbox. We had to have our mailbox was taken down by DOT because we had some work done on our driveway, and so he is way out there walking back and forth, the best I can tell, but he's supposed to be installing our mailbox. So anyways, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie the 2 cattle panels together at the top with zip ties. I really would rather use wire. I may have to come back and strengthen it with wire, but I don't have any at hand. I've got zip ties, but I don't like to I'll trust zip ties on the side post, but holding them together and the tension it creates, it really needs something stronger than zip ties, but I'm going to use what I've got. Okay, I got one side zip tied. I'm going to have to go back and snip off all those zip ties. And the other side I still have to do. Now you see there's a bucket here. I lifted up the wires and put the 5-gallon bucket under it so I can get some height overhead and to hold those in place so I can zip tie them. it's done and ready for the canopy. Now I have a picnic table under there that I will probably drag under a little more forward and put a chair in there. Now I have to go get the canopy. Well, I got the canopy on top and it's jacked up bad. It's not even. I'm gonna call it quits for the evening, and I'm gonna straighten and tie it evenly tomorrow. But it is done and it's in the evening, so I'm not going to be doing any more work. I need to pack up and go in and cook dinner. So now I have a place when I clean this stuff out right here, which I'll do tomorrow, and get him to help me bring the picnic table in, and I'll have a place to sit and cool off. And the sun actually sets in its hottest in that direction, so I'm hoping that that canopy will block a bit of that horrible afternoon sun from my peppers. We'll have to see how that works out. It may or may not, but anyways, this is all I'm gonna get done today. So I didn't get any more weeding back here in the back, but I did have an accomplishment. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you being here, and I will see y'all on the next video. Bye-bye.